Oh, hey guys, what is up? So we're going to have a kind of a short stream today. Dang, 22 people already here. That's crazy. All right. So Jeremy Schuh was back in court yesterday for new charges. I think it was yesterday. It could have been 2 days ago. All my days run together at this point. And no, Ed, I'm not excited to remodel a new office. My new office is currently way nicer than the one I'm currently in. But for some reason, they decided to put in red carpet all in the office, which doesn't fit the all wood, like nice office that it is. So it doesn't make any sense. Well, one of the rooms is the office is red, and one of the rooms has green carpet, not like green AstroTurf carpet. It's just normal green carpet. It's odd. Tiffany had something, I want to say in a couple days. 46 people, dear Lord. But yeah, so we're going to watch a short clip of Jeremy Schuh in court prior to this because he's going to say some like extremely dumb shit, in my opinion, in regards to what he plans on doing if he gets released from like jail. But as you guys know, Jeremy Schuh, I guess I can put them over here like I normally do. I'm not used to streaming by myself for some reason. So this video is from M Live, and this is going to be Jeremy. Katie said, yo. So let's see here. This is Jeremy Schuh. And Steve Cousins, community chaplain. Welcome to the K Farmy. I haven't, for some reason, it's so weird streaming, even though I streamed like yesterday. So this is going to be Jeremy Schuh. Oh, I'm just telling him about the floors. It's just strange. And Erica, don't feel bad you didn't get a notification. I set it up like literally 30 minutes ago. Yeah, so this is Jeremy Schuh. Pay attention to what he says and what he does during this video because you're going to question why he's in a wheelchair at all. Let me know if you guys can hear it as well.
I don't think I have anything else, Your Honor. I would just restate my previous request that I be allowed to withdraw from the case. Mr. Schuh and I have basically no communication. He prepares his own motions. He has asked me to file them. Sometimes I have, sometimes I have not. But generally speaking, Mr. Schuh has not spoken to me, and I have not spoken to him. I have, as Mr. Schuh, I think will confirm, there have been times I've gone to the jail and seen him, and times I've gone to the jail and he's declined to see me. We made a referral to the Forensic Center for an evaluation, and he declined to go to the Forensic Center. He's had a series of strokes. I mean, he's in a wheelchair. I don't know what his physical health is, but I know that his, having represented him back in 2013, I know that he's in a situation where he's maybe not as strong as he used to be. And so I would just ask Your Honor to consider allowing me to withdraw so that he can get an attorney that he can work with.
I previously ruled on your motion to withdraw, and nothing has changed in interim, so I'll stand by that ruling.
I'd like to represent myself again, Your Honor.
Well, I would strongly urge you not to do that, but that's your right to do so. If you want to do that, I suppose you can do that. But again, I think that would be foolish on your part. Mr. White's been a criminal defense attorney for as long as I can remember.
That's your opinion. I don't buy your opinion.
But that's fine. You don't have to buy my opinion. But he is a lawyer, and you're not.
I'm a better lawyer than you.
That's your opinion as well.
So, funny story. I have heard this. I have addressed him in live streams, like kind of like how I am now with you. Like, he said something to me, I responded. I don't think I've had any communication with him off of YouTube, and I've maybe answered a few of his comments, so I'm not really sure how responding to someone a few times in comments would make someone best friends. But I have gotten that question a lot.
Obviously, the U.S. District Court ruled with me.
And Greg, for 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate it. Oh, God.
So, well, if you want to proceed and represent yourself, we can do that. I'll appoint Mr. White as standby counsel. You can confer with him as you need to during the course of the trial. Jury trial will be the 21st of January at 8:30.
I need time to go through pretrial motions.
January 30th, 21 at 8:30. Mr.
I haven't
White,
had no time to go through pretrial motions. What the are you talking about, dude?
It is currently the 6th, and they're trying to schedule it for the 21st, which seems to be plenty of time.
well, the case has been pending for quite a while. Mr. White has been representing you for quite a while. So,
Mr. White hasn't filed nothing. He just asked to withdraw 2 different times. You keep denying it.
well, that's the way it is, sir. So we'll see you on the 21st for jury trial.
So that's all I really wanted to show from this video. Should it be K? See, but that doesn't roll off the tongue like K Farmy. Greg on point tonight. Those are my 3 channels: KFAR, KFAR Cams, and Reading the Room. All the links are down in the description of all my videos. But if you just caught that, he got out of his wheelchair, flipped the table, and was fine. Now we're going to go to the next video of him in court. Let's see here. 2 days ago. He was in court 2 days ago. And apparently, slow down. I'm not ready to watch it yet. Apparently, they found him at some point in one of his arrests riding his bike. That's when they picked him up, was he was riding his bike. Something that people wheelchair bound don't regularly do. And in some of the things are going to come across in this video, you're going to say, is that wheelchair needed? Is that wheelchair needed? In his last court case, I forgot if it was like rehab or something like that, he refused to go because they didn't have wheelchair access. And it's just like, Jeremy, stop. You'll see what his actual job is technically in this video, and it doesn't fit with being in a wheelchair. So here we go.
Last but not least, Jeremy Schuh. I don't know where he is. Ms. Akiri, I can really, you spoke with him, didn't you?
I did.
Navy girl. Who is this guy? He's a public menace for Michigan. I believe he's seen Judge Simpson a few times and a few other judges.
Okay. Forward. This way. I'll be with you in just a minute, Mr. Schuh.
Yep, no problem.
This computer.
I think it's everybody's computer.
We all, yes, because we're all in the same system. Some of it might be operator error on my behalf, but don't tell anyone.
No problem.
All right. Mr. Schuh, long time no see.
Yes, ma'am.
You are here today on WCSD 24-76732. Tell me your full name for the record.
Jeremy Daniel Schuh.
Thank you. We are doing this hearing by Zoom. If something happens that you can't hear or see me, let me know right away. Otherwise, I'm just going to proceed. Since you were here last, we have a new camera system. So the camera's sort of in one place and the monitor's in a different. So it looks like I'm not looking at you, but I am.
No problem.
And because it's a weekend, the courthouse is closed to the public. So all of our cases, the public has the right to see them. They're being broadcast live on our YouTube channel. When we're done, they'll come on our YouTube channel. Of course, they may still be on someone else's. All right. Do you understand all the housekeeping, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Then I am going to proceed. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. You've already had a chance to speak with Ms. Akiri Akinruli today, correct?
Yes, I did.
All right. And so she will continue to assist you today. I am going to now sign the referral to the local appointing authority.
Victoria B. Funny story. So broken system, broken trust, skipped out on his jury trial, got a warrant out of Taylor, Michigan. And he is, as of an hour ago, in my latest YouTube short from one of the live streams me and KTZ did like 2 weeks ago, trying and threatening to come to my home again for whatever reason. So he's still biking around Michigan in his Huffy. It's about to be winter time, so I don't know if you can throw chains on the tire of a Huffy, but that's about where he's at. And the dent on his forehead, yeah, I didn't notice the dent on his forehead. I'm not going to lie. Just another nut.
And they will, of course, be in touch with you. Do you have a conflict with them?
Yes, there is a conflict, but like I told her, just to get everything resolved today as much as possible, I'll waive the conflict as of today.
Okay. Well, for today, the conflict, we're not concerned with the conflict today because today is just your arraignment. So they have a special process they follow. So they'll get you somebody else to represent you if they find there is a conflict. And that happens pretty quickly. But thank you, sir. All right. We'll proceed with appearances by counsel. We will start with Ms. Reiser.
Patricia Reiser on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender Chinazi Kiriakin-Rulli on behalf of Mr. Jeremy Schuh.
Thank you. Ms. Kiriakin-Rulli, would you like me to read the complaint in this matter, or do you waive formal reading?
Your Honor, we do waive formal reading. I've had an opportunity to review it with Mr. Schuh. He stands mute, asking the court to enter a not guilty plea on his behalf.
Thank you. So the court will not go through the details of the complaint with you, Mr. Schuh, because you've had a chance to review that information with counsel. We will, based upon you standing mute, enter a plea of not guilty for you. We will schedule you for your next court date. That is going to be a pre-trial. That will be with your assigned judge October 28th at 9 a.m. That's going to be Judge Washington at 14B. Her hearings at this point are by Zoom.
Yep.
We'll get you a notice to appear, and then you'll receive additional information from the public defender's office. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Very good. Last thing we need to address in this matter is bond. There are two parts to bond conditions. Those are things the court tells you you can and cannot do. If you violate a bond condition, you're subject to immediate arrest. The other side of bond is whether you can be released today on your own or whether you'd have to post a bond. Before I make any decisions regarding bond or bond conditions, I will hear from counsel. We will hear from the people first.
Thank you, Your Honor. I noticed in the bond recommendation form, it says PR with backup of 10,000. I am actually asking for a cash surety bond of 10,000. This particular individual has an incredibly long criminal history, including home invasions, financial transaction device fraud, malicious destruction, resisting obstructing police officers, controlled substance offenses, pretty much
I would
everything.
like to object of
Larceny
as far
from
as
a motor vehicle, B&E of a motor vehicle. There are so many offenses here. I can't even list them all. So
everybody should be able to get bond. With that said, Jeremy, his bond should be extremely high because he's going to get out and immediately go do fuck shit. And for those of you who don't know what fuck shit is, ask me later. I'll tell you. Maybe wait till after they sign to disclose that. Oh, yes, 1,000%. As they sign the last letter of the name. By the way, I have several people who are a lot older than me that want to wear my skin. So just look out for that. But yeah, so Jeremy deserves a bond. That bond should be extremely high because, again, he's just going to go out and reoffend and do something because that seems to be all Jeremy knows how to do.
in addition to that, I will say that
I'm going to stop you for a second. Mr. Schuh, number one, you have counsel. So if there's any objections, she's going to do the objecting.
Okay.
Number two, these are bond arguments. And so your counsel is going to have an opportunity to speak, as you know. So please, no interruptions. I don't want to have to mute you, but I will if I have to.
No problem, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Reiser, I am sorry. You're welcome to proceed.
Thank you. And additionally, I've spoken with a deputy from the sheriff's office. My understanding is there is an ongoing investigation. In this case, it's likely the defendant will be charged with possibly, among other things, breaking and entering of a building, Right now, based on the investigation thus far, as the court is aware, he's charged with receiving and concealing stolen property. In short, I'm concerned about the community and safety of the community and the right of people to be safe and secure in their property and their belongings. Mr. Schuh represents a threat to all of that. So I am asking for at least some cash bond. I'm asking for all standard bond conditions, including no go to the address listed. If the court is not inclined to order a cash bond, I think a tether would likely be appropriate to make sure that he stays away. Just to summarize, I'm concerned. This person has an extensive criminal history. I'm concerned about that additional offenses will be perpetrated and that people will have additional belongings stolen, buildings or whatever of the myriad crimes that he has a history of doing. And so I would ask the court to take all of that into consideration and when deciding on the bond. Thank you.
Please, Riser, the address listed in the complaint, that's a private residence, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and in your paperwork, do you have a name of the owner of that property? Is that something that you can submit to the reporter?
Yes, I can find that and submit that.
Thank you.
And for whatever's going on in the chat, just know that because I'm on Restream, I'm only seeing like half of the messages that come through. So I have no idea what's going on. Over under for 30 minutes before he breaks his bond. Well, it seems like he would probably break it pretty quick since he's under investigation for something else at the same time.
Okay. Anything further at this time, Ms. Riser?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Akira Akamruli?
Thank you, Your Honor. I just have one question from Mr. Schuh.
Is he being held on other stuff?
Give me 1 second, Your Honor.
Mr. Schuh, do you have other bonds right now? Are you being held on other things?
No, I'm not. This is the only thing, and this is a misdemeanor.
I'm not asking you to make bond arguments. I'm just asking you that one question. Are you being held on anything else?
No, ma'am, this is it.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Schuh. He reports that since his last case closed out, he's not on probation, not on bond for anything. He said that he's been doing extremely well. I think it's been about 10 months now, Mr. Schuh, since your last case was closed out. He says he's been working, he's been doing construction. He was scheduled to actually go to North Carolina.
Okay.
To help with the hurricanes.
Rumor has it him and Chris are going to go down to North Carolina and be equally as useless. So this guy is claiming to be in a wheelchair, and we just saw him flip a table. We didn't see. He was picked up while riding a bike, and now he's apparently a construction worker. None of those things jive with being in a wheelchair or being wheelchair bound.
In a few days, I don't know. I don't think he has a date set for when he was to be going, but he's been trying to balance that with taking care of his mother. His mother lives in Belleville, whom he lives with. She's currently has a broken hip, and he has been doing a great deal of caregiving for her as she recovers from that particular.
And if you guys remember from the last time he was in court, I believe for domestic against his fiance, he was taking care of his mother because something else was wrong with her. I'm not saying oh God, what is that movie? You guys are going to kill me in the chat. Where she kept him in bed and she just kept breaking things to keep him in bed. You guys are going to kill me, and I know you guys are. Somebody. So he got picked up while he was on a bike. I need the name of that movie in the chat so that I can move on. Misery. There we go. Yeah, in my head, that's what he's doing to his mother. because it seems like his go-to move is, well, I take care of my mother. She currently has this ailment. She's doing better, but I'm taking care of her. Turns out people just don't, not even going to get into it, but that's how I feel about that. I saw something up there. Oh, what did the angry vet get sentenced with? Somebody said he got sentenced today. What did he get sentenced? What was it all? Tripod, is it just me, or does this Muppet look like he could be in Deliverance? Just a thought. The picture from my thumbnail does the Deliverance Part 2 way better justice than this video does. Also the title of my marriage. That's fair. Oh no, this one. There we go. Oh, Jeremiah Payne played this shit too. I believe it was on Kicks. Wait, the angry vet was facing like 40 years, wasn't he? And he only got 90 days probation? What? How do you only get 90 days probation? Dude should be in jail like indefinitely. That makes me a bit angry. And good news is DMA is finally going to go to jail for 15 days.
Injury. I don't want to speak too much about the accusations here, Your Honor, but I'm hopeful that the court will be able to balance the matter that Mr. Schuh is here on. I respect, or I understand, appreciate the people's recitation of Mr. Schuh's criminal history. I think that's something that the court is aware of, as you have access to all of that information. However, Your Honor, he's paid his penance for all of those things. He's served whatever time was necessary or placed on him by the courts. And since he has been released, he...
Also, I want to point something out. Did you see what he just did? The whole case, he wasn't wearing glasses, right? He was at the beginning, took them off, hadn't worn glasses because he has no reason to wear them. And then when it comes to him getting bail or bail conditions, he puts on his glasses to make himself look, oh, I'm a frail guy, just let me out.
He has been doing fairly well. If there aren't any additional charges that have been brought forth with what we have before us today, I'm asking that the court offer Mr. Schuh a PR bond. He is familiar with the court system. He knows the penalties of not coming to court. He knows the penalties of not abiding by bond conditions. And based on our conversation, he is ready and prepared to abide by those bond conditions. He denies these accusations. Again, I don't want to go into details about the facts of the case. However, he does fully intend on disputing them, and he indicates that he has information that will hopefully be able to absolve him of these charges.
Thank you. I hesitate to ask this question, but I'm going to do it anyway, and I'm hoping that Ms. Akiriak can answer this question. How did Mr. Schuh come to be in the care and custody of the Washtenaw County Jail? Did he turn himself in? Did he get picked up?
Your Honor, I did not ask him that. I think that I may have assumed that he was arrested on this matter. I guess I didn't pay attention to him.
But Mr. Schuh, I'm asking you a really specific question. Let me ask it as specifically as I can. Did you turn yourself in?
I was arrested while riding a bike down the road, and that was the first information that I was informed of this case.
Okay.
Okay, so there you have it. He was picked up while riding his bike, but now he's apparently so crippled that he must be wheelchair bound, even though he's out flipping tables, doing construction, riding a bike.
Thank you.
He did not. So just to clarify that, Your Honor, he did not turn himself in. This came in as an in custody after the police arrested him.
Okay, thank you. All right, and I received the names of the individuals as well. Thank you. All right, I'm going to set the following conditions for you. It's important you understand your conditions so you can stay in compliance with your conditions. You'll get a copy of these when we are done. No alcohol, no illegal drugs, and no marijuana. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Do you have a medical marijuana card?
No, I do not.
Thank you. You'll be required to do standard supervision at our community corrections department to ensure that you're staying in compliance with that condition. Failure to appear is going to result in a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand?
I do, ma'am.
You'll have to get to community corrections on the next business day after you have been released. You'll need photo ID and $12. If you don't have photo ID, you can ask the jail for a copy of your booking photos. You're not allowed to leave the state of Michigan without prior permission of the court. Did you have travel dates to go down?
No, I did not, ma'am.
Okay, so after I'm done with your case.
Because he had no plans of going down there, he's trying to gain some sort of favor by saying, oh, I was going to do construction for the hurricane, sounding exactly like Chris.
Today, if you intend to travel outside of the state of Michigan, then you'll have to make that request of Judge Washington. She will be your assigned judge. Do you understand?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
You are not to have any assaultive behavior towards anyone. You are not to go to the address in question, 7 Whitaker Road. That is in Ypsilanti Township. There's no reason you'd have to go to that address, is there?
No, ma'am.
You are to have no contact with, when I say no contact, no direct or indirect contact with either of those individuals in person or through others. No telephone, email, texting, internet, or social media. Don't direct anyone else to be in touch with them on your behalf. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I don't know them anyway, so yes, I understand.
Okay, it was just a yes or a no.
I'm sorry.
You are not to send them anything or mail them anything or have anyone deliver anything to them, and everything you are barred from doing, you can't direct another person to do on your behalf. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not to violate any criminal law. You're required to appear for all of your court hearings and other places as directed by the court. All your conditions, they will exist whether you're in custody or out of custody, and they remain in full force and effect until changed by the court. Do you understand?
Yes, fully.
Thank you. So I now have to decide what to do as far as bond is concerned. I appreciate that this is a misdemeanor charge. It does have, of course, potential jail time for it. It looks like there's nothing else that you have pending at this point in our district court, or it looks like in the circuit court either. And so I have to take that into consideration as well. We have a really long criminal history, and I know that you know that. And I'm not telling you anything new by telling you that. And you and I have dealt with each other in the past on prior cases. It looks like this matter is still being investigated, and there is a suggestion that additional charges may arise. This type of charge is kind of a similar charge to what I find on your criminal history. So that causes the court to pause about whether you are a danger to the community. I know in the past there have been some failure to appears, but in general, you get to court when you are supposed to get to court. So really it's a question of protecting the community. You're living in Belleville with your mom, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And is there any reason you'd have to be in the Ypsi Township area?
No, not as of now, other than to visit my father, as far as that's the city of Ypsi. Nowhere near where I guess the victim's residence or whatever it is.
And are you working?
Yes, I am. I'm working construction with my father and my little brother. That was when I was arrested riding a bicycle, but for some reason they impounded my truck after the arrest or during the arrest. So I got to deal with trying to get my work truck out, which is my father's work truck.
Okay, so again, I try to ask kind of specific questions. How many hours a week do you work?
It's like I was telling community corrections is basically job to job, depending on what type of construction. Sometimes it's 40, sometimes it's 5, depending on what we have going on at the time.
I'm going to release you on your own personal recognizance. I'm going to set a backup cash bond of $10,000. If you fail to come to court when you are supposed to or violate any of my conditions, That's the minimum bond that you are going to face is going to be $10,000. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm really hesitating on this one because of your history. It's really hard for me to do this. Please, please, please don't. I'm just going to stop there. And I encourage you not to say anything at this point, because if you say other things, you may actually change my mind. Anything further we need to address, Ms. Akiriakinruli?
Nothing from defense, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Reiser, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
I hesitate to ask this, but I have to. Mr. Schuh, do you have any questions for the court? I don't want commentary, just if you have any questions about what we've done, any of your conditions.
No, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, then that will complete this matter. You can go to the door and we'll get your paperwork to you as soon as we can.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Hey. Okay, we're done sharing here. Old Squishy Gardner, what's up? I was going to do the crazy chick from today, but I felt like Jeremy Schuh was more in everyone's wheelhouse. Anyone have a copy of the Cordova ruling? I know that Tones, dear Lord, that snuck up on me quick. The next video started playing and it just was loud as shit. Tones Overthinks It just put out a video about that, so I'm assuming he has it. Or maybe not. I'm not sure, but I didn't know. I've been so out of it while packing up this house. I didn't know about the angry vet, anything today. Didn't know about, dear Lord, I'm drawing a blank, Denver Metro audit. Didn't know about Riot Girl Radio having court tomorrow. I didn't know about Eagle Neck Audits going to jail. Oh, there's time you can show the crazy chick too. I don't think you know how long that video is. It is currently sitting at 33 minutes and 2 seconds, or 33 minutes and 3 seconds. My bad. Yeah, that's a video for another day. She's an attorney herself who got evicted and then is claiming everyone's trying to traffic her. She keeps trying to sue the person who evicted her and the attorney, and she's got a bunch of other lawsuits. Yet she's claiming to be broke, even though she's got money for like 40,000 other things. It's just a whole thing. Let's see here. Is that him? Oh boy. That's the real, that's the troll Broken System, Broken Trust, not the good one. Yeah, that video's way too long. Don't forget LIA had court, plus he tried to do an audit of a DOD facility. All I know that Mark Stout won like what, 5,000, 10,000 from Sean at this point. That was a fun 12-minute video to watch. I'm kind of torn because I do want to play one more video, but I have to remember who made it. She won her stupid poor person thing. That's crazy. I watched a majority of it. Watched the other attorney absolutely destroy her with like her just social media posts. Let's see here. It's from Troll Media Group, who put out a video about Chris yesterday. Do you guys want to watch this video? Because if you don't want to watch this video, I can be done right now and go to bed happier than anything. Like 250 something people showed up. I can go to bed happy with that. But if you guys want to watch this video, I will totally play it. Oh yeah, for those of you who haven't been in my last stream, my fish decided to have other fish. So now there's going to be like 6 more fish in my fish tank. By no doing of my own. Didn't know you could get a fish fixed. I didn't know that was something that you had to do. Since when do I sleep? Since I'm moving. I'm It's coming down to the wire where I'm trying to get everything moved by like mid-November. Which one? It's the one starring Chris. Watch the video. It's only 14 minutes, so we can squeeze it in real quick. I watched a little bit of it, found it hilarious. Thought you guys might like it as well. I do not think I can stand Chris in all honesty. So we're going to play it. Again, it's Troll Media Group's video of, I believe, Chris's live streams. He's been starting to just absolutely go live stream crazy. But apparently he says something in this that just kind of like, oh, this is all a grift, but here we go.
Following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Sir, please, is there anything I can do, sir? Please. Don't do this to my wife, man. You don't know what you're doing to my family, man. Please.
We all know Troll Media Group's intro. I think we can scroll past it. Here we go.
Be taking a look at a recent live stream by Boogers McGee, aka Elevator Boy, aka for Public Safety.
And if somebody can find out for me who was in this pickle suit, I will send them a KFAR shirt.
And he's buying stuff to help all the people that were affected by the hurricane and all that stuff and take it down. I really applaud people who want to help. And here's the thing, though, with that kind of stuff, going down there just to film and take stuff down there, we know why you're going to go down there, because you want to film. You want to make yourself look good on YouTube. That's all it is. And the other issue, too, is going down there when there's a crisis going on, like the flood and stuff like that. People want to get their lives back together. They don't need people walking around filming, and they definitely don't need people like you guys, and especially the angry vet. So let's sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
I don't know why anybody was worried about it. It's not like we're not going to have the paper receipts.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
All right, so we did have a bit of a hiccup here.
Yeah, my phone died.
Not only does the phone die, but the manager that was helping us left when he was done helping us put it all together.
Okay.
And he was the one that does the discount that he offered. So did we end up not getting the discount?
You got a text that number 2 leave now with the text coming along.
Well, I understand. Okay.
I guess it could happen. The manager did leave. I mean, that wasn't on video, which, go figure. None of it was on video. But here's the thing, if a manager was giving you a discount, like say I was a manager and somebody was trying to get a ton of stuff to take it down to the hurricane victims and stuff like that, I would probably wait there and until they paid for everything, got everything loaded. Or I'd let another manager know and say, hey, so-and-so's here, they're picking up stuff, they're going to pay out of pocket for it. I did tell them I could give them a discount, give them a 10% discount or whatever. But it's kind of strange to me and kind of fishy that supposedly the manager did leave and never told anybody.
Well, so we had to do the discount a different way, but we got it. For those of you that were saying something like if we didn't live stream this checkout, that was a lack of transparency, I don't like that. That's not fair.
You don't like being held accountable? You don't like transparency? No fucking way. Who got the boot? A sock account got a boot. Who is this Boston guy?
Because we have receipts.
And I literally ran it out to the car. I took
Yeah, this is a lot of stress, guys.
5 hits off a cigarette. And
Wait a second. So what did she just say about taking 5 hits off of a cigarette or something? And then he blurts out, it's a lot of stress. You mean to tell me the people that lost their home, lost family members, that's not stressful to them? What about that one family that was on top of the roof? And I'm just using this as an example because there was one family I remember. They were on top of the roof. The whole house collapsed. I think all but one perished in the water. So you want to talk about stress? Let's talk about the victims, not about you.
So I don't know who was saying that, but it's not necessary. We didn't have to live stream this. All we have to do.
So the guy who's known for grifting is mad that his viewers wanted transparency so that they could show, hey, he's not grifting this time.
To show the receipts. I mean, you can see the products, you can add it up, whatever you want to do. But this accusing us of anything wrong when we're doing something right.
You sure about that?
It's going to stop. It's going to stop or my whole channel's going to shut down. I'll just shut it down.
Please shut it down.
Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna have to go ahead and sort of disagree with you there.
We won't do things if that's the way it's going to be. So take your pick. Either you can have for public safety helping people out, or we can say fuck it and just live on our big fat wallet.
What big fat wallet is that you're talking about? You mean to tell me all the money your subscribers gave you? What about all that money that you got from doing the fund drive for this thing through Super Chats? You know, YouTube takes 30% of that, and you're not going to get the money right away. You're going to get that money probably the end of this month at about the 21st. And you just headed up recently to, what is it, North Carolina or whatever it is, where they had all the floodings and stuff. So tell me, how are you going to use that money? Oh, yeah, that's right. I know what you're going to do with it.
And not worry about it. I'm not mad at everybody. I'm just saying this shit.
He already said he's lost his international clients or his construction business that may or may not exist. But it's like you would never shut down your channel because that's where you make all of your money. And even then, looking at just not Social Blade, because Social Blade is just wrong when it comes to money. But he doesn't get very many views on his videos anymore. Not very many people show up to his live streams anymore. So he's not exactly sitting on a big fat wallet.
Accusing us is going to stop. It's going to stop. It was just trolls. I don't know why anybody listened to them. Trolls can suck it. All right. Anyway, when that comes up, let me know. I'm going to film it. For the trolls. For the trolls. Angry Vet would do it like that.
A few moments later.
We're not even supposed to be filming here at the register. That's against the Walmart rules. They're letting us do it for the purpose of this. So, and we don't have to do this, guys. We don't have to do. We're doing this out of the kindness of our hearts.
You know, I really would love to believe you and what you say is true, but unfortunately, with your track record, and especially when you did that live stream with the DUI guy, I'm sort of inclined to believe that you're just doing this to fool your subscribers.
We're at $1,215.17. We were shooting for 12. Y'all are good at math.
A few inches later.
Thank you, Claudette. Oh, by the way, nobody's money is going towards this now. It's done. Like we can't add to the relief fund. That was yesterday, and then this morning it ended. So
I could hire Chris to replace the red carpet in my new office. First off, I don't want anybody. So I've let a few people know where exactly I'm moving. That's about it. Because obviously these people like to threaten me, my children, dox me, yada, yada. I wouldn't trust Chris to, I don't know, plunge my toilet, let alone replace any carpet or lay any flooring. Well, KTZ, you're going to be angry because I was told that there was a comment in this video, and that's what I'm waiting for, so I can just absolutely just bring it up.
And nobody did the curbside pickup. Not one person did curbside, which is fine. I thought it was fun, but I guess it wasn't a good idea. I'm not full of great ideas all the time.
Wait a second. All that money that's still incoming, if it is, where's it going to go? Are you going to donate it to FEMA, the Red Cross? Where are you going to donate it to so they have money to give to these people? Or are you just going to pocket it like another individual that we know? And I'm pretty sure you have some credit cards laying around that have no money on them, so you could use them. And if you can, why can't you fill out a Walmart application for a credit card there, get instant approval, put everything on there, and at the end of the month when you get your YouTube money, pay that credit card off. It'll look good for your credit too.
All right, so that's just the Walmart one. We spent $850 over at the pet supply place earlier so we could have a place that we could purchase the chicken feed, which they said was very much needed. So we got a whole pallet full of chicken feed. It's amazing.
Now, I don't know the weight of a pallet of chicken feed or the cost of it, but to me, I don't think that's really a necessity right now. I think making sure that people get in their homes, they get the stuff that they need, I think that's more important. And I don't want to see nothing happen to the animals there either. But here's the thing, a pallet of chicken feed or making sure people have a home to house the chickens. And here's one question that I'm really curious about. Are there that many chicken farms there where you're going to go through an entire pallet of chicken feed? I don't know the area, so I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah, Mr. Carey, that's what we originally thought was if they did curbside pickup, people that were worried about it because the Kaiser and JJ line.
A few minutes later.
Unlock the card. Yeah.
So she don't wait for
We knew that was going to happen.
She said wait 3 minutes and then So before you, let me know before you redo so I can put that together.
So the reason the card was locked is just to ensure that nobody stole the money overnight. So we locked the card after it was done and
So he locked the card to make sure no one would steal the money. To me, that sounds like they locked the card because a bunch of their bills were probably going to come out and they didn't feel like paying them.
sure it was safe. But now we're here to buy, so now it's time to unlock it. That's what she's doing. That's what Tiff's doing right now.
I understand turning the credit card off so nobody could use it, but who's going to steal it unless they know your personal information, they know what card it is? How are they going to steal it? And if they do steal the money, it could be traced back to whoever stole it and they'll get arrested. And the other issue is, and I'm really kind of curious, you knew what you were doing that day. You obviously knew you were going in there to buy stuff with a credit card. Wouldn't you turn it on before you got there? I mean, common sense is to turn it on before you got there. That way, the computer system knows it's active and keeps it on the active status. Instead of having possibly the trouble you are now, where you possibly activated it, but the computer still doesn't have it in the system as activated.
And then whatever's left over, we're going to round way up, and then I'm going to chip in, and we're going to do gift cards for places so that they have gift cards that they can use at different places.
I have a good idea for you. Instead of buying gift cards, why don't you buy, like, say, 100 gas cans, like, say, 2.5 gallon, 5 gallon gas cans, fill them up with gas, pass them out to people that need it. Because, I do understand that I'm giving you credit for doing the gift card thing. But here's the thing, though. There's a lot of places that got wiped out. The buildings are no longer there. Everything's destroyed. Power's out. So gift cards, just like credit cards, are not going to work. It's only cash, the green stuff. That's the only thing that's going to work there. So unfortunately, gift cards will do them no good until everything is back up and running.
But anything y'all do now is just going to the channel and stuff because I don't have. Oh, you want to call me a scammer? Give Hedra. You calling us a scammer? Hey, Hedra. Don't delete her. How about you get off your lazy ass and come out and help out?
15 minutes later.
That's the best job I ever.
So that card might have been over because it's Sunday. The bank may have stopped the card because we already spent $850, and now this is another purchase for $1,200. So I'll probably have to use my credit card and then get the money back from it.
Now, you knew you were going to put a couple $1,000s on that card. Why wouldn't you contact your bank a day or two before and say, hey, I'm going to be making several large purchases on there. I need you to put whatever it is on there that you do. That way it always gets approved. I mean,
I feel like I do this because I'm extra. When I travel, I call my bank and say, hey, I'm going on vacation. I'm going to be in this state, this state, and this state. If you see some charges from there for normal shit like gas, don't shut my card off. Thanks. When I moved from one state to another, they shut my card off when I spent like $20 at the mall. So ever since that, I've been paranoid. When I move again to an undisclosed location, I'm going to call the bank again and be like, yo, I'm doing XYZ. Don't shut my card off, please. Thanks. But Chris couldn't be bothered.
I mean, I did that. I had to call my bank and say, hey, I'm going to be making a transaction for $3,000. Can you please approve it? And they did their thing, and I was able to make that transaction, and I was good to go.
I think Tiff's got a 1-800 number.
She has a 1-800 number. Wow, that was nicer than putting a payphone next to the dumpster.
since it's a donation deal, there are people that are going, make sure you keep it live the whole time.
Oh my goodness.
As if that's necessary.
Well, that's it for the video. It's really just talking back and forth and loading up the truck. As you can see the picture here that I have posted. Now, if they actually did donate that, good for them. But here's the thing. You people don't need to be down there. They don't need to be down there. Only people that are like rescuers, FEMA, stuff like that, Red Cross, they should be down there. Not just these idiots like this guy here for public safety and Angry Vet. They have no need to be down there because all they're doing is for publicity for their YouTube channel. That's
okay. So apparently it didn't take place in this video like I was told. So this is what I was told. He collected all this money and then said anything that's left over he's going to use for channel maintenance or something along those lines. I put out more content than Chris does. I put out more quality content than Chris does. With that being said, the maintenance for my channel is like getting Restream for the month and getting my editing shit for the month, which is like $45. They returned it. Stop it. They returned all of it. So what do they do now if they returned all of it? Because if they returned all of it, congrats on the new house still not helping you move. Ed, I am literally throwing away damn near everything. What maintenance? Exactly. Like I get Restream, I get Capwing. That's my maintenance for the channel because that's things I have to get to keep making content. I don't think Chris does any of that for streaming. He normally posts his shitty content straight from his phone or whatever. So there's no real editing done. So he should have zero maintenance. They bought horse feed. They bought horse feed, you say? The people who have horses bought horse feed. Oh, God. I don't understand this. Yeah, seems to me that this was a scam with extra steps. I splurged on a new mic arm recently. I have one, and I go back and forth on using it like twice a year. They scammed this. Yeah, 1,000%. Like I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say anymore about these people. I feel bad for that dog, honestly. How about they use that extra money for her child support? Yes. Jerry Farrell Jr. coming in hot. You see this a lot from the frauditing community. I didn't finish my thought earlier about Kick, but we're going to talk about Kick again because it was the same live stream where he had Jeremiah Payne up. Jeremiah Payne, if you recall, I covered the Afghanistan, where I think it was 13 members of the military died, and Jeremiah Payne thought it would be a great idea to put their faces on a shirt and sell them so that he could profit 100% of the money for those shirts. In my head, this is something similar where they have a tragedy. They see that they can make a nickel off of it. And here they are. Oh, I went too fast here. Honestly, we should have someone legal look into this. They may very well be guilty of fraud during a disaster relief, and that is a felony. Good. Good. It was going to pay for his lawsuit against the police. Oh, for the Stars and Stripes background. So I've been going back and forth. So because I started the third channel, I've been just stuck on my reading the room background for everything. Tractor Supply has their invoice. Yeah, if they couldn't get down there, I don't think they're just going to sit there with product they're not going to use. I don't think they have chickens. I know they have horses. All right, that's the video, folks. I'm going to hop off here. They were getting low on meth. Hey, I wouldn't doubt it. Erica gifted 5 memberships. Oh, fuck a day. All right. I'm going to hop off here. I'm going to do a little bit of packing and all that jazz. Everybody have a good rest of your night. If you see someone scamming for disaster relief, don't give them money, especially if they have a gigantic history of scamming. Don't give them money. They're like the African prince. Oh, you inherited $50 million. You just have to send me $200,000 first, and I'll give it to you. In my head, that's Chris and Tiffany. Everybody have a good rest.